Like I've said before, welcome everybody to our May webinar. And this morning we're going to be talking, well, Damien's going to be talking about AI and its capability within our capture products and how AI can simplify project deployments and also maybe why AI isn't always the right thing and how we can answer that for you. If we have got previous webinars as well, just while we're admitting people, we have done webinars in the past for PaperCut, on PaperCut Hive for workflows, on Print Deploy, Intuitive for Hive, PaperCut MF version 23. We've got webinars on Folder, the Folder app, the Mash scripting tool, which helps automate processes, and many more. So if you want to visit our website, the selectec.com website, and go to our reseller resources, you can view our on-demand webinars. So if you've missed any of the past ones, go and find them on there. And likewise, as I just said, this one is being recorded. So once it's ready and live, we will have the link to that or this webinar on our website too. So I think we're good to go, Damien.
Thanks very much. Again, guys, I just don't know if you were just here. I will apologise. I've got a slightly croaky voice this morning. So if I suddenly run out of voice, then it'll be sign languages and semaphore. But as Diana said, this session is a whistle stop. So this is a topic that we could talk about for several hours, if not days. So if you'd like to know more after this, as attempting to wet your whistle, if you like, if you would like to know more, then by all means, please get hold of the accounts team and have a chat, and we will gladly spend time with you going through it. Effectively, AI for us has been an absolute buzzword as it is for everything. It seems that no one will buy anything unless it's got AI mentioned in the title somewhere. And we've even had experiences recently. I think Max is on the call. He would be the guy that took this on. From customers that demand that their solution actually has an AI component even where it isn't needed. And so we've really spent a bit of time learning a little bit about what offering is out there, how it can be implemented, and we are now in a position where any of the solutions that we have sat in that Selectec 2.0 side of the business, the non-PaperCut products. So anything that is in within our capture and IIM or ECM or even EDM portfolio now has an element or aspect of AI. And as you'd expect with us, that portfolio is designed to be joined up. So there are different tools for different jobs rather than one thing doing everything for everybody. So let's have a little bit of a look what's in there. This is a very time limited thing today, so I'm going to be trying to do my best just to tell you where things exist. Be nice to see a couple of examples and then sign off, as I said. So this isn't a full demo, but by all means reach out, because we will spend time with you and your customers explaining this stuff. But generally, where are we with our AI offerings currently? So anyone who is familiar with our portfolio, and again, if you're not, talk to the account managers, because you really need, you'll know that we currently have 3 products, the 4th on the way, that really fit within our capture automation and workflow space. Those being the ScanShare toolset, which we added this quarter, the Square 9 toolset, which we've of course been a huge fan of for a good few years now, and a lot of you guys have worked with already, and the mighty Folder powerhouse that is bringing a true automation across lots and lots of different tools. And so just to cover where these things are actually offering right now, ScanShare is going to be able to deliver you on-premise AI. So ScanShare is a premise-only application set, and what's nice about it is, whilst it can deal with traditional data extraction, if we're looking at an old focus type task where we're bringing in a document and we want to extract some data, then ScanShare is going to give you an on-premise AI offering. It enables you to have different AI models. I've got a little screenshot of this in a moment, but you can start to deal with invoicing, or receipts as it's known in the AI space. We can look at an ID correspondence model. There's even a general AI extraction model, and it does support handwriting extraction as well through all of those pieces. So if you have a customer that's looking for some AI powered extraction, it needs to be on premise and it needs to be wider general models, then ScanShare really is a place to look. And of course, it's new to our portfolio, so it's worth taking a look in the price book. But again, I'm going to say it again, reach out to the accounts team. They'll very gladly spend time with you on that and allow you to get a bit of a feel for it. Square 9's global capture been available for us in cloud for a good while now. The licensing model, the inclusions and things changed. I believe we even did a webinar about this probably back end of last year, with all of the new inclusions. And one of those some very significant inclusions was a thing called Transform AI, which is AI powered invoice extraction, which does support some handwriting in there as well, but it's a cloud offering, fully enclosed in cloud with AP AI invoicing included. And what's nice about the Square 9 offering is, rather than it being a fixed volume, sort of X amount of thousands of pages, it's actually a monthly rolling volume. So the number of pages that's included, and that can be extended with like an overdraft. So it's not going to suddenly end, but the customer is going to have a volume expectation of pages, which is a very slightly different model to anything we've seen anywhere else. And of course, as you'd expect, very, very powerful because it's hooked into the global capture workflow engine. So we spent a lot of time with that, and of course that brings all of the benefits of Square 9. We'll hopefully take a very, very swift look at it in a moment. I have to talk very fast because it brings that search in capture capability, which allows us to build business processes powered by AI extraction and then deliver to endpoints such as 365, SharePoint, Google Drive, you know, the file share, whatever you might want to do with it. So again, if you're not familiar with Transform AI, AI and global capture, and cloud global capture, get hold of that accounts team because you're missing a trick. There's a lot going on there. And finally, so we've gone on-premise with ScanShare, we've gone in cloud with Square 9, and we are now proud to say that Folders AI engine, AI engine capability is a better way of putting it, which has been with us for a long time, but is now included in some of the licensing options. And Folder enabling us to talk to any AI model you might want to, but there's an included hook to the AWS Textract engine built in, and it's now available to both the premise model for Folder, which has been with us for a while but is now power bundled, and now Folder, again, a little bit of an overshare. We haven't done the full launch materials, but Folder is now available in cloud, and when served in cloud can include a volume of AI pages. And again, we can put those AI volumes into the premise product as well. Well, what's really different about the Folder product is Folder is able, as I said here, to communicate with literally any large language model or engine that we might want to put it to. As a development tool, it means we can talk to just about anything. The included volumes will be with the AWS Textract engines, both for AI and AP extraction and full page OCR. So let's actually take a look at some pictures. Again, if you want to know where those things fit, how the volumes work and so on, then by all means drop a message to the accounts team or put your hand up now, and someone's going to be able to sort out something for you in short order, because it's a very broad offering and we now only have 5 minutes. So just to recap, but this time with pretty pictures, ScanShare. It's available. It's been on the portfolio from the beginning of the quarter. It's a premise application. It's got a very powerful workflow engine behind it, includes embedded clients, includes or can include a lot of external connectors into accounts applications, into CRM, into ERP platforms, as I said, also those onboard embedded connectors. But you'll see at that shot there, and doing it with screenshots simply because of time, that using their smartphone aspect of the product, we can start to look at invoices, receipts. We've got the business card processor, we've got the ID processor, general AI, which is where it will throw the file and try and recover any relevant tags. So I might get tags back from accounts payable, I might get them from correspondence or ID, and they're all coming back for us to find out what the AI almost worked out as summary data. I've got a HR specialist engine available to me, and even a contracts engine available to me. So it's a very broad offering from an AI perspective, and it's available on premise. Okay, again, powerful tool, really suited to certain environments. Talk to the account managers. I will just show a little bit of this, almost just to prove that it's real, but there's lots of content. We will throw out some links afterwards. If you've not seen the webinars, if you've not seen the content, or you've not seen us talking about it before, get hold of the accounts team. Transform AI has been within the Square 9 cloud offering for a good while. If you want to find out about it, it's square-9.com, and then just search Transform AI in the web page, and it will bring you to a lovely video. And the guys in the States have been doing a lot of content around how this worked. And we really are seeing a massive difference in the deployment of projects with this stuff, because the need to template, the need to validate things is greatly reduced, and it makes delivery of these projects much more efficient. Okay, so I'm gonna try and change now from this to an entirely different window just to prove something. Here we are, just to show you this. Okay, this is one of those things I'm doing just to kind of prove it's there. If you're familiar with the global capture interface, you will know that this is our lovely draggy droppy, massively powerful batch portal enabled, validation enabled workflow tool. This is a full cloud offering. If you look at the domain at the top, you'll see that this is a fully cloud enabled Square 9 offering. And if we actually take a look here, we will see the ability to post to accounts payable AI in and out, and actually start to set different aspects through the whole piece and what we want it to do. And we can control this stuff by being able to, if I kind of zoom up, there we go, be able to extract. It's going to do what I want it to do. I'm not sure it is. Not going to waste time on it. Extract certain bits of information across, including the line items. So Transform AI is full line item supported and available in cloud for accounts payable invoicing. Has a volume capability depending on the subscription that you take, rather than a fixed volume that you need to renew, and certainly very, very quick to deliver. There we go. Stop presenting there. And we've got 2 minutes to talk about what is, quite frankly, the biggest, burliest boy on the block in terms of AI broad scale. And that is, of course, my guys in Folder. Now, I'll just give you a very quick demonstration of this. I am going to very quickly throw an invoice at this and try and talk just long enough for it to, I'm going to see it's going to upload a copy. And if I take a look at this file, you will note that there is nothing in the sidebar and the metadata of this. I'm just going to chat long enough to enable us to do other things. I'm going to come back into this and just try and push something which is a little bit different. So let's actually take rather than just a fixed AI piece, let's start to see. Here we go. Now, if you're not familiar with this, all of the AI engines can be triggered manually. They can be triggered on an event, on a schedule. You've got an awful lot of control here. We can even start to trigger an AI because a template within the system or a workflow component has been triggered. So we've got lots of control, and that actually does roll back all the way through all of the different engines. But in this case, I'm going to run these. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's try again. Diane made a point at the beginning. There we go. Didn't give it quite time. Diane made a point at the beginning of this about talking, and I'm very conscious that I'm out of time now, talking about where AI isn't suitable. And what we're finding quite a lot is, whilst customers do want AI, and just a figure, you can see that. There you go. This is it summarizing. This is an AI engine which is actually summarizing the content of a document. But what's interesting about this is that we've got this hooked up to talk about our categories and the importance. So this might be an AI engine that we get to watch an inbound email copy within Folder. Let's not forget, by the way, that we can also hook directly from Folder in from scanning within the Hive and Papercut product with integrations. That's kind of important. But to allow things to be scanned or things to be imported via email or simply saved to different things, and then have those files categorized by content department importance based on an AI. So it's not only accounts payable integrations. We've got summary documents classification engines, image classification engines, things like that happening within the Folder piece. Now, what we will do, I'm very, very conscious that I'm running a little bit late here. I just want to show you a certain thing. AI engines are great where the customer's documentation meets that criteria. I would like to summarize stuff, which is quite general, or I would like to deal with correspondence, or I would like to deal with accounts payable information. But we're seeing quite a lot specifically within legal and within logistics, the two places it comes up quite often, where we aren't processing invoices, we're not processing correspondence, we're processing very fixed documentation sets. So AI is quite general. These are very, very specific. Certainly the logistics documents generated by supermarkets, for example. So what we found was AI engines give us a much higher quality of data extraction. So it would be really nice to be able to combine that AI capability with the power of AI OCR, full page OCR. And you'll notice as we look in here, I can choose the inbuilt Tesseract engine for folder, but I can also choose whether I would like to use an AWS OCR engine or even a Google Cloud Vision OCR engine and apply those very, very powerful full page data engines with the folder template tool as well. So I get AI for the quality of the extraction, and I get the power of folder to customize that data export in. And we're really finding the power of that. And there's certain areas where AI engines are really, they do struggle a little minute, specifically in AP, where we're looking for tables that might span multiple pages, or where we're looking for the new stuff, which is certainly happening from 365 Dynamics Online, where columns in tables can move and even center justify and things like that. And that's why we've done this. So there are places where you kind of would benefit from the power of AI, but not the limitations of the LLM that's driving it. So if you want to know more about that and why that's a good topic and why sometimes it's quite nice to be able to push back on the AI buzzword and improve upon it and bring some value, as I've said a few times before, let's get a hold of the accounts team and actually get a session together and have a little bit of a chat and so you can find out what we're doing. It's a true offering, and I'm really hoping that that wasn't too fast and made some sense. Buzz phrase, Diane, I want to throw it back to you. I think you guys spoke a little longer, so I think I did that in 15 minutes.